Poor Nico Hulkenberg. What am I talking about? Drive to Survive Season 2, Episode 8, Musical Chairs. Welcome to my F1 channel, Peter on pole. My name is Peter, in pole position in the lead up to Drive to Survive. Season 3, we're in Season 2, Episode 8 right now. Go check all the other episodes. Go check the other season as well that I've done all these reactions and reviews on. Today, we're going to talk about the 3 things I noticed about the Musical Chairs episode. Number 1, Nico Hulkenberg must be the most unluckiest human being in Formula 1 history. He's been in Formula 1 for years and still has never had a top seat. He's never had a top car. And my goodness, this episode just made me feel even more sorry for the man who currently isn't driving in Formula 1 at the moment. But boy, do I miss him. You know, the idea that he's never had a top seat, the fact that he's never had a podium, he's never had a win. It's just unbelievable stuff for Nico Hulkenberg. And it's not for the fact of his talent. Or is it? It's one of those where you're not quite sure if it's down to his talent, you're not quite sure if it's down to bad luck, but when it's been over 10 years in Formula 1, is it bad luck only? I don't know. But man, this episode, when he's at his home Grand Prix in Germany, podium places, you know, Formula 1, they were trying to write the script, Netflix, they were trying to make that script of Nico Hulkenberg, get him on the podium for the first time, but guess what? When he's in P2 and he's seconds behind Max Verstappen, he spins off. The weather in the German Grand Prix was awful. It was atrocious. The race itself was scandalous. Remember the Mercedes episode of Drive to Survive, how much of a cluster it was. Nico Hulkenberg did not avoid that cluster himself and he took himself out. In that weekend, enter Esteban Ocon, who I think agrees a contract with Renault to join for the following season. And man, you know, Ricciardo's got his contract there at Renault. Nico Hulkenberg loses his seat. More bad luck for the man, more pain and sorrow for Nico Hulkenberg. He was a very insecure individual, you could tell, because of the relationship with him and Cyril was very, very awkward. And even with Danny Ricciardo's second thing I've noticed here is that he's very, he was a lot more freer. He's the favorite. He was somebody who was very comfortable. And I think that's what made Nico Hulkenberg seem even more insecure, because it was the fact that we had a man like Danny Ricciardo who is more than comfortable in his own skin, and Nico knowing that, you know, he hasn't got any podiums, he hasn't got any wins, he hasn't got really anything to show for it in Formula 1 other than, it could be potential. But how long is potential? Danny Ricciardo is very much likable. He is the favorite there. And as soon as he came to Renault, you can tell that he was put above Nico Hulkenberg. Even though Nico Hulkenberg was told that, you know, you guys are equal, same playing field. But you could just tell, man. You could just tell. The third thing I noticed, and this is the thing I think we need to pay attention to the most, Renault's performances. I mean, this is a team who haven't challenged for the title since 2006 when Fernando Alonso was world champion. But you see, they've underperformed so long that I forgot they've won titles. That's the kind of Renault I was getting. And boy, oh boy, it just goes to show, you know, they were finishing 6th and 7th and people were happy. And, you know, like I said, Daniel Ricciardo was a much freer man. He looked a lot more happier. But man, finishing in the positions they were finishing in is very, very questionable. Yeah, Renault, you know, you don't fool me, okay? You don't fool me. You used to be a team that challenged for titles, and now you just became mediocre, mid-table mediocrity. Those were the 3 things I noticed from this episode, Musical Chairs, Drive to Survive Season 2, Episode 8. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about this episode. Anything that I did miss, what else did you notice? With that said, people, lights out.